Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here is the investigation I asked you guys to do. That was about taking a reciprocal function like this one here and turning it into a rational function. And the questions that I've had to this point, the ones that I'm going to try to address here, are the last two: conceptual understanding. How is the order in which transformations on a function are performed important to the outcome? Okay, this is something that's really interesting, because what you should have seen is that order matters. Order definitely matters. This is no different than when we talk about the idea of order of operations. We have to do what's in the brackets first, then we do the indices, then multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. The same thing happens with functions. If I have a function like 3x minus 2 squared plus 5, the whole deal is order matters. If I am to evaluate this, I have to follow BIDMAS. I have to follow brackets. I spelled that wrong. We're just going to do that on top. Indices, multiplication, division, addition, and then subtraction. If we don't follow those rules, we won't get the correct answer. It's the exact same thing with a function. The transformations that have to occur have got to happen in order. We have to deal with the transformations that are, we're just going to follow that same rule. We have to do whatever's going on inside the bracket. Then we have to square it, then we have to multiply it, then finally we add. So that's the conceptual understanding. And from this, we get to what the answer for the second thing is: suggest an order for performing transformations when both dilations and translations are involved. Well, the order is really, we're going to follow our order of operations. I think that is probably the clearest. Follow order of operations. Now, one thing that following the order of operations actually does is it makes it so that we need to start closest to the x and then move out from there. So in this case, it's always going to be do whatever's affecting the x first. After you've dealt with what's happening to the x, deal with everything else. Now, in the case of as you've been dealing with on this, if I have 3x plus 5 over 2x minus 3, what that means is we have to deal with the transformations that are closest to the x. So the transformations that have the most import on this are going to be the transformations that are occurring right here. And that's not going to show up at all because that's a highlighter. The transformations here are that's where we start. So we need to do the dilations first. After we've accomplished the dilations, then second we'll go after these. Now, that's all that we have to deal with. So transformations, we always start closest into the x and then move out, just like with order of operations. I hope that that's really helpful.